There's an epidemic in America, and it's not headed for your brain, liver, or lungs. It's headed for your waistline. Unfortunately for some, it's too late.
I apologize, I don't have this written in English. From 30 to 35, we call it obesity.
But what is obesity really? It is a medical condition in which excess body fat has impacted your health. Obesity in adults, BMI 30 or higher. Obesity in children at 95th percentile for age group and gender.
Obesity. We have a very simple equation to calculate what we call the body mass index. We divide the weight in kilograms by the height in meters square. And then later from 35 to 40 we call it morbid obesity. From 40 to 50 we call it super obesity, and anything over 50 body mass index we call it fatal or malignant obesity.
Look around you when you're out and about, and you'll see the real inconvenient truth. According to the CDC's current obesity rate in America, 1 in 3 Americans are obese. 1 out of 6 children are obese. That's 17% of all children. When you do the math, 85,619,426 adults are obese. 12,574,171 children are obese. Nearly 1/3 of the entire country is obese. There are 98,193,597 total obese Americans. You might ask, when did we let 100 million Americans do that to themselves? As you can see, in the last 28 years, obesity has exploded in America. So why is this such a problem? Why should you do something? It's because of the massive costs, the shortened lifespan, and the diseases that come from it. In 2012 alone, Americans spent $190 billion related to obesity. The average obese man loses $2,646 a year from lost wages, insurance, etc. The average obese woman loses $4,879 on lost wages, insurance, etc. $190 billion is more than the average state government spends on welfare and transportation. Obesity is also really affecting business in America in expenses and travel. 938 more gallons of fuel is consumed by cars every year due to increased weight. Cost $4 billion. Trains are widening seats by 2.2 inches to accommodate obese people. Clothing in 2012 made $72 billion in extra plus sizes. If we don't do something soon, and if the trends continue, by 2030, 44% of America will be obese and will increase expenditures by 10%.
But you're an expert on pediatric obesity and eating less and exercising more.
Depends on who you talk to. I think that that's actually what has set us back so severely in this entire disaster. I don't believe.
No? So what causes it?
These are leading causes of obesity and things that lead to a shortened lifespan. Diet and fast food.
Called insulin. Insulin is the energy storage hormone. Insulin's job is to take whatever you're not burning and store it as fat.
Yeah.
If you burn what you eat and there's nothing to store, you don't need much insulin.
Sedentary lifestyle. Genetics. Industry additives. The death toll is around 112,000 people every year. Children who are obese are 2 times more likely than their peers to die before the age of 55. Obesity-related conditions are the second leading cause of preventable death in the U.S. More chronic conditions are linked to obesity than smoking, drinking, or poverty. As you can see, there's an astronomical number of diseases and problems that come from obesity, ranging from obvious like heart disease and diabetes, to less obvious like vision loss and dementia. This only touches on a few hundreds of complications and diseases with a direct relationship with obesity. Some people understand the problem at hand and have tried and have made a difference. Dedicated to solving childhood obesity within a generation. Educates parents. Helps kids become more physically active. Promotes physical education in schools and local communities. Works with the private sector to solve childhood obesity. Redefines weight loss according to health rather than social norms. Recommends and promotes innovations in healthcare. Highlights research to improve prevention and care. As you can see, obesity has to stop. By the very food we eat, we are slowly killing ourselves. There has to be a drastic change, and soon, to prevent any more of this epidemic. To make sure that this doesn't happen to America. Things you can do for yourself to stop the obesity epidemic: healthy eating plans, smaller portions, tracking weight, physical activities. Things you can do to help: join one of the many non-profit organizations helping fight obesity. Educate yourself on what you're eating. Write to your congressman. Find ways in your community to promote healthy food/activities.